So fall Florida vegetable gardening season is literally just around the corner. We're right at the end of summer, and my yard has done what a lot of Florida yards do when you do vegetable gardening, which is either things died or they totally just went nuts. So in order to be ready for our really classic vegetables, right, which we know grow in fall and in winter and spring, I gotta get all of this back in order. Well, me and my husband, Ben, he's gonna help me come out here because we got stuff we gotta get prune. I mean, look at this arch. This is just bad. And we've got our main bed. It's not looking good. So I'm gonna take you around. I'm gonna talk you through kind of my game plan for getting ready for fall. And then this is probably gonna go across a couple videos because honestly, I'm not gonna get it all done today or this weekend. There's just a lot to do. But now's the time that if you're wanting to reset, get into vegetable gardening in Florida, this is the time to start getting ready so that you can really, really get those hot weather crops, warm weather? Nope, warm weather crops, cold weather crops, and back to warm weather crops again. Yes. So let me first show you what's going on right now in our garden. So we are right near the end of August, not quite the end of summer. I don't know, I technically consider September the beginning of fall though, if you go by other things. But first, papaya, hello. Already, what was this? You saw this, we planted this, what, November? And now this is about 10 feet tall and we've already got papayas on it, so, oh boy, are we gonna have a lot of food. This area has gone crazy because we've got tropical plants. The cassia has grown really tall. You remember, what was it, a month ago? Sweet potatoes. We harvested them. Was it a month? It was about 6 to 8 weeks ago. And look at this. This has gone absolutely nuts. But the problem is you see stuff like this, we've got weeds getting in all over the place. So I need to, so what we're gonna do basically is we're gonna mulch this area. And these sweet potatoes will come up between the mulch. And it will actually be easier because some of you have asked me or made the comment like, wow, when you're pulling your sweet potatoes up, they come up so easy. Well, the reason is because there's loose mulch that they're actually buried in. They didn't go into the dirt, so I'm not really digging into compacted soil. So that's what's really happening here. So we're gonna put down a good layer of mulch to help suppress out, because we've got, this is one type of weed, this is dayflower, and yes, bees will like this, but honestly, I got enough other flowers for them. I do not need that spreading its way through there. And then I don't know what that is, but it's annoying and it's always there. It's not native, I know that. So then I also have some pruning to do. You know, we've got our Pride of Barbados, also known as peacock flower, also known as dwarf ponciana. It just needs to get pruned back because I want to make sure that firebush continues to grow outward and get bigger because it's getting overcrowded by that. And why that matters, especially for vegetable gardens, right? These are really great. These fire bushes are great pollinator plants, and they're gonna help bring in my bees to help get me more and more of my crops. So I wanna make sure these are doing well. Also, the birds like hanging out with them. And when it comes to vegetable gardening, yeah. We're not gonna talk really a lot about the butterfly garden right now. I don't remember if I talked about this in a video, but yeah, we cut down the other papaya. It was huge, it fell on my leg. That was a bad idea on how I cut it down, but you can see we've already got little baby papaya growing back in, so we'll get some shade here. The bananas are still being bananas, as always. I love me some banana. And also, I feel really proud of myself because in that video where I said how long does it take to produce bananas, and I showed you guys this one and I said I think it's 1 to 2 months. 6 weeks, that's right, a month and a half on the dot, boom, flower. And now we got a whole other bunch of bananas coming in. Like, can I call it or can I call it? That was like I got home from work that day and I was like, you know what, pat on the back, Jacqueline, you called it. The butterfly garden, we're gonna mulch this area a lot because, oh my gosh, is this a hot mess. I've done a little bit of weeding in here. We can see though that the twin flower is not minding the semi-shade. So we're just gonna mulch around that, pull back some weeds. Yes. Over here, we're gonna get rid of all these tomatoes. Technically, you know, they could bounce back, they could make some more, but they're really just spent. I've got a ton of seeds. I'm not worried about putting new tomatoes in. We're just gonna clean up all these arches. That way I don't have like rotting material hanging out here as the new stuff comes in. We are gonna bury a lot of this sunshine mimosa that's under here. It'll be okay. I might take some cuttings and put it somewhere else, but generally I'm gonna cover up a lot of it. It's super cute, but yeah, it's super cute. I'm liking it, but like, don't like. I think I've got some beans hanging out in here. We'll clean all of this stuff up. It's all just generally sad. If you're wondering what this is okra. And I will work around the okra. I'm gonna let it keep going. But these bell peppers that were from the spring, they did their job. They're just not happy. Goodbye to them. It looks like there's a random bee. Also, can we talk to the lettuce for a minute? The lettuce did not get the memo. What did we say? You are a winter crop. What are you doing? You're not supposed to be happy. You're supposed to have already died off. And really, honestly, if we look closer at the romaine lettuce, it is not happy. It looks, so yes, while it's seeded and it's here, it's just not happy. And I think it's already trying to bolt if it could. This was really, those went to flower. I wanted to save the seeds and I did save the seeds, so I'm excited about that. But you can see we got weeds coming in here, so we're gonna clean this up. But you know who actually is doing pretty decent, who's self-seeded, is this butter lettuce. Like, okay. I mean, some of it looks a little sad, probably more from overcrowding, but I think it's getting some semi-shade. But I'm gonna harvest this and then whatever I think is good, we'll just use it and we'll just go with that. But that was a unique experiment. OMG, the Ahise peppers. Are we loving the Ahise peppers? We are loving the, do you, like, legitimately, look at these. We are gonna grow more and more of these Ahise peppers. No way I'm not. They're just, I need to harvest big time. I've been at work late and that's always a bad thing because, yeah. And the jalapenos did pretty good also. Oh, let me take you around the other side. But we got some different colors going on here. Again, I was just really bad about harvesting. These are pepperoncini, so I'm gonna have some pickled peppers. I'm super excited. I would say overall the jalapeno plants just don't look as happy. They just look smaller. But the Ahise peppers, champing along. On the arches, you also see I have okra on the corners. Ugh, Biden's alba has gotten out of the pot, which is a thing you gotta deal with if you do not prune regularly. That's Biden's alba, getting out, getting loose, out of control. So I'm actually gonna prune these pots back. I'll actually throw all the scraps back in there so that I keep them in there. Got frog fruit all in here, which I'm trying to let spread, but I will still mulch this area again. Knock some of the stuff back and try to pull some of the frog fruit up. These tomatoes are crazy. But some of them, I had planted some seeds, forgot about them. I thought they died off. I think this is cucumber, terrible. Get rid of that. But we do have some tomatoes doing okay. I've got a stink bug that's doing some shenanigans. See these guys? Whoop. They're doing some shenanigans to the tomatoes. So I need to clear out these tomatoes so we can kind of get rid of them before our next crop comes in. More okra. We'll just move around the okra, maybe do some mulching, and I'll figure out how I want to put soil back down because all this is just totally broken down. If I do not get it under control, there will be weeds all over this place. So there's gonna be a lot of mulching happening today. Then we're gonna reset by putting some soil back down, and then I gotta get seeds started. And I've got a lot of seed choices. So let's talk about that. Okay, so some of the tools we're gonna use today. So first off, it's hot, it's super hot. I know I'm using a car as a display area, but some of the things we're gonna definitely be using today is water. We've got Gatorade in the freezer because we are gonna be sweating. We're gonna be using some pruning shears. You can get some Fiskars, they're in the comments down below. For my Southerners who were not Southerners until recently, this is a thing that you want to use when you're out in the garden. Okay, so you may be thinking you're getting lots and lots of mosquito bites, and you're like, why is it when I put bug spray on, they never go away? Those are not mosquitoes. Those are no-see-ums or sand fleas. And this Avon Skin So Soft, I've heard this from other Southerners. I've used it too. This is what you need. I think it's the oils in it that prevent these little guys from biting you. They will bite up your hands. They'll bite up your shins, your calves, so on and so forth. So, and then you get it with like an SPF, so you do double duty. But something that you should consider using while you're out in the garden, especially if you're getting bit up and you're wondering why, get that. Then of course, because we're gonna be moving so much mulch, and when you're moving a lot of mulch, you will get blisters with the amount of mulch that I've got to move. So make sure you wear some good gloves. These ones are actually for metal cutting. They've got Kevlar in them, so they're really heavy duty. I tend to use those. Seeds that we're gonna consider starting. Well, I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing really. I just have lots of options. I've got lots and lots of options. There's some, so these may be some of the seeds that I'm gonna be doing. So we have, well, I'm definitely gonna be doing Seminole pumpkin seeds. These I got from David the Good's daughter, Daisy. She's got an Etsy shop. I'll put the link down below if you would like some. I've got cucamelon seeds that I harvested. So it's under debate. I've heard people say it's native to Florida. I know they're definitely native to the Caribbean area / Gulf of Mexico, but I've got those. Bob was awesome. He sent me some tomato Everglade seeds. So I've got those. I've got some other fall options like peppers, eggplants, corn. I've got a ton of stuff left over that I have not finished using in here. I got seeds on seeds on seeds. Not all these are for fall, but I keep the seeds. I got more seeds here. We've got lots of seed options. I'm gonna definitely do more of those Ahise peppers because hello, they did awesome. So I've had this one drying so that I can get seeds out of it. But yeah, got a lot to do. Let's go and look at some of the other tools that I'm gonna be using in case you need some help figuring out what to go use. So when it comes to moving the mulch, kind of the three big tools that we use when using the mulch is one, a pitchfork. You can get these at like Home Depot, Lowe's. These pitchforks are great because you can really get up and under the mulch and then move it into a yard cart. Once you dump it, which I recommend getting a dumping yard cart, I would use a rake like this. It's got the long tines on the one side, and I don't know if I can show it, and then the short tines, which help move your mulch around a little bit better so you can even it out. So I use that in the area that I dump the mulch. And then a nice broom because you will not, if you got a truck loop, finish it all in one day. And this just helps you keep the mess under control. And then when it comes to moving all the mulch around, well, it acts like a wagon in the off season, but this is a yard cart. I think I've got a link down below. If I don't, I'll put it. Gorilla carts, you can pick them up at Home Depot, Lowe's usually have them. You can order it from Amazon. These are great because you fill it up and then it has a latch so that you can dump it, which makes your life a lot easier when moving tons and tons of mulch. So we also are gonna be using that today. And then random fun fact, if you ever wonder where I store my sweet potatoes, yep, in my garage. This is a thing I do. And we've stored them 6-9 months in the garage. And what's cool is if you remember when we did some of the sweet potato harvest, some of these were looking pretty green on one end of them. And look, none of them are green. Well, I mean, except for the ones that are sprouting, but that's fine. But yeah, they'll be fine.
Which one is the light one? Nope. Maybe this one. I can't find which buttons they do. Cause I don't know which one's the right one.
I need a bin to put some fruit
you want to just use this one?
No, good enough.
Just check for any actual good-looking fruit.
Well, even if they're green, I would take any greens. I'm just debating, like, do I leave this? No, I'm just gonna cut it all the way out. And then, like, get rid of this cucumber. That's sad. Let's see. Do we see it? See the green tomatoes growing? Oh wait, I see a little thing right here. Between the Hiseis, the jalapenos. I'm just sitting here going like, I grew all these plants so I get 1 jar of pickled peppers. Instead of just paying $3.50. But the better, you know, like, on the one hand I'm like, yeah, that's not the most efficient thing. On the other hand I'm like, but now you know you can grow a lot of these. And if you just grow a ton of them, now you're gonna have pickled peppers all over. Yeah. These are small jalapenos though, right? The jalapenos have more like leaf issues than the Hiseis.
Huh.
Like there's more signs that they're stressed out.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Yes, it is, right? Because they're next to each other. But it just shows that these are probably were off season enough, or it's not gonna ever grow as well here.
They call it though, like being so big in Mexico.
Well, it's all always breed, right? Like peppers are from the Caribbean, but if they were bred to do better in like wherever, they're probably not the same ones that like originate out of the Caribbean, because all the chilies and stuff come out of.
Look, see right here? I was about to go like that again. I was like, oh, no, no tiny lizard.
Leave the animals alone. Stop attacking our wildlife, then.
And
Not me.
The Italian, Greek peppers, whichever type I planted here, these seem to be doing okay. They're shrimpy and wimpy, but they don't seem as stressed out as the jalapenos do. So somebody ate that one too.
What's right here?
What do you want me to look at? Have they ever been that big before?
No, never.
They've never been that
It's
big?
the size of my hand.
That's crazy. I feel like they just like took off this year.
I mean, look at this. See, they're above the desert rose now.
Yeah. I know they snuck
Creeping all
into
into the fire bush.
I'll pull those out. Well, because also I gotta get these weeds under control. They're wackadoodle in there.
And that's just crazy town.
Crazy town. We've been at it for a couple hours of just getting rid of all the stuff that needs to go. So we did the harvesting of the peppers. I pruned up that papaya. We just removed everything off the trellises, even if it was making something. Just gonna get nice fresh set. Took out some of the weeds back there, pruned back some ironweed back there, pruned the fire bush away from the front door, pruned the door ponciano away from the other fire bush. And then Ben took out the makeshift path that's our kiddo put together so he can put it back in after we get everything taken out. Pruned back the cassia. I feel like we've done a lot. It's been hours, but still not done yet. we gotta go. Right, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, onward we go. But now she'll start the mulch. Hooray!
Hooray!
So here is our pile of mulch, and you might be thinking, wow, that is a lot of mulch you have to move. And you know what I said when I saw this? I said, I don't think we have enough mulch. Because if you go deep, for my whole yard, including the backyard, which sucks up mulch like crazy, and the food forest, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a second load. Like, I think this is my 6th load I've ever gotten from Get Chip Drop. It's free. It's not sponsored, it's just what I use. I'll put the link in the description down below, so if you wanna go get yourself some free mulch, it can be good for a lot of areas of Florida, and I think a bunch of other states too. That does pretty well there. But yeah, so we gotta move all this, and we gotta move it pretty quickly because we have a neighbor who complains about it all the time. Every time we get it, they report us to the city for it. Hey, Kim.
We're having a blast.
Yeah, I just saw some lightning, by the way.
Yeah, we're heading in soon.